Hi there, Grace. Do you have a second to chat at all? What should I do with little Eric? Oh, hey, Marge. Don't worry about it. You can take him with you. Sorry, what? But you said that you would come to get him around 2. That was already an hour ago. What? Did I really say I would be back at 2? Oh, oops. I must have forgotten. Somehow I knew you would do this. Look, can you just please come and pick up your son? I really have things that I need to get done today. Oh, come on. What is a few more hours with the little guy? He's not that bad, right? Surely you can do that much for me, right? No, I really don't think I can. And moreover, it isn't what we agreed to. You can't just come and pick him up whenever you feel like it, Grace. I need you to come and get your son now. Marge, don't be like this. After all, we're friends, right? I mean, you live so close. Is it really so bad if I ask you to look after my son now and then? There is no one else that I can trust as much to watch Eric. Well, I am glad that my existence is such a convenience for you. But I wish that you would think a little bit about me too. What do you mean? Of course I think about you. Like when I wonder who I can ask to watch my son, you're always the first name that I think of. But that's okay because we help each other out, don't we? I wouldn't really call it that. The times I've gone to you and asked you to watch my kid so that I could run some errands, you've always given me a flat no. Well, that isn't my fault if you are coming to me at times that I happen to be really busy. Anyways, you will just have to watch Eric for a little longer, okay? Well, what time do you think you were going to come back? I have no idea what errands it is that you had to run, but you have been gone for more than 4 hours already. Oh, you know, I just had to get some shopping done. Then I had an appointment at the beauty parlor. But you know how the parlor can go. I actually haven't left since I've arrived. You're at the beauty parlor? Why couldn't you have just taken Eric there with you today instead of leaving him with me? I mean, those all seem like errands that you could have taken him on. You made it sound like it was an emergency today. Well, it was an emergency. I mean, I am totally switching up my haircut. It is a really big deal. Come on, we're both women. You know, nothing is more serious than our looks. Well, then again, maybe a woman like you doesn't really know that. Okay, there is no need to be rude right now, okay? Can you just please come and get your son? Besides, the times when I took Eric out with me to do these errands, they took way longer than they would have if I was by myself. So I had to find someone willing to take him, you see? Well, I also have shopping that I need to get done for my family. I know that you think that I should just take Eric with me. But do you know how difficult it is to go out with 2 3-year-olds at once? I have my own kid to worry about too, you know. It isn't as simple as just going out with them however I want. Oh, yeah. You can always be such a killjoy. Do you know that? Alright then, I promise that I'll pick Eric up in 2 hours. Probably. So if you don't want to take our kids out to go shopping, then I guess you will just have to wait a bit longer. You are going to be another 2 hours? Is it really going to take you that long just to finish up at the beauty parlor? It's fine. There is nothing to worry about. It'll all be okay. You can't just ignore my question by saying that. Okay, well, I have to go. See you. Wait, come back! We aren't done here. I am not going to watch your son for you ever again. Do you understand me? This is the last time that I take Eric for you. Hey, Marge. Just curious. What are your plans for this weekend? You wouldn't happen to be free, would you? Actually, this weekend my husband and I were planning on taking a trip, just the 2 of us. So no, I am not free. And just why do you ask anyways? What? You and your husband are going on a trip together? Whatever for? Because it is our 10th anniversary. We are asking my mom to watch our kids so that we can have the weekend to ourselves. So again, I am busy this weekend and won't be home anyways. Oh, I see. So if you have your kid taken care of, then you can take my Eric with you on your trip? Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean? Well, that, or you could ask your mom to look after my little Eric, too. And just why in the world would I do that? I just have a really, really important thing that I just have to take care of this weekend. So I really need you to look after Eric while I take care of this really serious business. Okay? Thank you! No, Grace! I already told you that I was done watching Eric for you. This last time you made me watch him for more than 5 whole hours. Do you remember? Well, I am sick of it. You always do stuff like that, and I am putting my foot down. You will have to find someone else. I am sorry, but the answer is no, and that is final. No? What do you mean, no? What do you mean, what do I mean? I think it was pretty self-explanatory. But I was already planning on leaving Eric with you and have already booked my appointments. I can't change my schedule now, so I don't know what you're talking about. I told you that we are going to be out of town on our anniversary trip. We are not going to be able to take care of your son. What don't you understand about that? Maybe you should make sure to book your childcare before you go booking other appointments. Why do you always have to be like this, Marge? How do you think Eric is going to feel knowing that you don't want anything to do with him anymore? You're right. I do feel bad for Eric, but not for that reason. I feel bad for him because his mom seems to irresponsibly ditch him to go have fun all the time. Excuse me? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? No, it isn't a joke. It's what I think about you. And anyways, the answer is still no. Okay, well, I'm going to take him over to yours this Saturday, so thank you so much. Can you even read? Are you illiterate or something? It's fine, don't worry about it. I'll just be gone 2 days. 2 days? You want me to watch him for 2 days? You have got to be kidding me. Okay, thank you again. See you Saturday. I already told you that the answer is no. We aren't even going to be home. We literally can't take him. You will just have to find someone else, okay? Besides, don't you ever feel bad for not spending more time with your son? Yes, just awful. Now, thanks again and see you Saturday. Did you even read what I was sending you? Hello, Marge. Good morning, and thanks again for taking Eric. You aren't still serious about that, are you? Of course I am. Did you forget you were going to be taking him or something? I didn't forget. I told you that the answer is no. I told you that there was no way that we were going to be able to take care of him and that you should find someone else. Remember? But I already dropped Eric off at your house. You can't say no now. Sorry? You did what now? I mean that I already walked him over to your house and left him there in front of your front door. You should really let him inside already. You did what? You left your 3-year-old son out on the street with no supervision? I already told you that we couldn't take him today. You get back to our house and take him with you. Oh, that's going to be a no can do. I'm already on my way to the airport and have an international flight I need to catch. You're leaving the country? Don't worry. It's just a quick little 2-day trip. Nothing crazy. I can't believe this. What were you thinking? What about your son? Hello, Marge. Guess who's back? I take it that your lack of messages to me meant that Eric was a good boy for you this weekend, right? Are you home now? Hello, Grace. Are you back stateside again? That's right. And man, I had such a blast. It was an amazing trip. I finally feel like I've recovered from how burnt out Eric was making me feel. So thanks again so much for taking care of him this weekend. Thanks to you, I was able to really enjoy my trip without a single worry on my mind. Well, we never watched Eric this weekend. What do you mean by that? I mean that Eric isn't at our house right now. Well, where is he? Where's my son? What did you do with my little boy? What are you even talking about, Grace? Where is your son? More like, where is the mom who just dropped her son off in front of someone's house and drove away? Even our son was saying that you really needed to do a better job of taking care of your son. Well, look, I don't need your little brat telling me how I should parent, okay? Can you just tell me where Eric is? I want to take him back now. Don't worry, Eric is just fine where he is now. Well, where is he? When you texted me saying that you dropped off Eric at our house, my husband and I had already left for our own trip. You mean when I left for my trip as well? Yes, when we both left for our trips. I told you that we wouldn't even be home to take care of him, Grace. Anyways, we had already gone to drop off our son at my mom's when you had left Eric at our doorstep. And after we couldn't get a hold of you to ask you what you wanted to do about your 3-year-old son, we ended up calling the preschool instead. We explained to them what you had done, and they called your husband instead. What? They called my husband? And what did they say? Well, like I said, they explained that you left Eric there and drove away. So then your husband had to go and pick him up from our house. Wait, hold on. This can't be right. So then, you're saying that my husband knows that I asked you to look after Eric while I was gone? That's right. He knows all about it. Except your husband told us that you had told him that you were just taking a little trip with some of the other moms from the school and that everyone was bringing their kids with them. So just where did you really go? And who with? Did you really think that you would get away with this? Not only me, but the teachers from the preschool and the other moms were all shocked at what you had done. But why does everyone know what I did? You caused quite a panic among the teachers and parents. Again, why does everyone even know? Why did you tell them? I mean, you left your son unattended in front of my house and left. Your husband had to spend a while driving around looking for him. Plus, we called some of the other moms from the neighborhood to go out and help look for him as well. They finally found him crying in a park a couple of neighborhoods away. So everyone really cared that much about what had happened? I really didn't think that it would have been that big of a deal. Of course it was! But you wouldn't know because we couldn't reach you at all on account of you being overseas. But everyone is just tired of having to put up with your nonsense now. If you didn't get any messages during your trip, it is probably just because we were all over even bothering trying to talk to you. Well, then, what about Eric? What's he doing now? How should I know? Your husband is taking care of him, so imagine that he is probably fine. If you want to know about your family, then go talk to them, not me. But I don't understand. How did this all happen? I trusted you with my son, and this is what you do to me instead? Excuse me? You can't be serious right now. I told you time and time again that we were not able or willing to look after Eric for the weekend. I don't know how I could have made it any clearer to you. Did you really not get the message even after all I said? I'm sorry. I thought I was talking to another adult who can understand complete sentences. But I asked you to, and we're friends. Friends should help out other friends, right? Sorry? Is that what you call friendship? Just trying to force things that you don't want to do, like taking care of your own child, without ever asking if it is okay with them first? Besides, I have never once thought of you as my friend. Oh, come on, Marge. Don't talk like that. I mean, when you think about it, all of this is kind of your fault, too. So we should go and apologize to my husband about this together. What? You think we should what? Your husband was the one who came to apologize to me. But I never told my husband that I was going to Mexico to get some work done on my glutes. If he finds out that that's what I left to do, who knows what he'll do? Wait, you left your kid in front of our house unsupervised so that you could get plastic surgery? Plastic surgery that you then lied to your husband about getting? Yeah, I am sure that your husband is going to get mad when he finds all of that out. I mean, what were you thinking? This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Look, I am about to get to my house soon, so can you please just come over and help me through this? No! Why should I help you with anything after all this? Please! You can just tell my husband that this is all your fault and it will be over. Are you even listening to yourself? Why would I say that when it's not even true? Look, this whole conversation is just getting ridiculous. This whole thing is a you problem that you need to solve with your husband. Leave me and my family out of it. Wait, Marge. I just got home and there is no one here. I literally don't care anymore. Oh no. What's this? There are signed divorce papers sitting on my kitchen table. What is all this? I think it sounds pretty obvious, but again, I literally do not care. It is your family's problem. Deal with it with them. But what am I supposed to do now that my husband wants to divorce me? And I just checked both of their rooms. Neither my husband's nor Eric's stuff is here anymore. If I had to guess, I would assume that your husband got fed up with your selfish behavior and decided to take himself and your son out of such a bad situation. I mean, honestly, did you even want your son in the first place? You wouldn't think so, the way you kept passing him off to everyone. I just don't understand how you thought this was going to work out any other way. But I only wanted to take a little trip. And you did! But you did so without even thinking about your son, or your husband, or anyone else. You only thought about yourself and thought that you could just force everyone else to bend to your will. Well, what should I do now? Why do you keep asking me? I already told you that I don't care. And if you don't even have your son anymore, then you're not even a mom whose child goes to the same preschool as mine. We were never friends to begin with, but now we really are nothing. So can you just leave me alone already? Wait, Marge, you can't just leave me like this. Please. Leave you? No one is doing anything to you. This is just the consequences of your own actions coming to bite you in your brand new glutes. Anyways, I would really try calling your husband and figuring all this out for yourself. See ya! In the end, Grace called her husband to try and sort everything out. All she could get out of him, however, were demands to sign the divorce papers that he had left. It turns out that Grace's husband had already taken Eric to his parents' house where the two of them were staying. Also, apparently, Grace had stolen money from her husband to pay for her surgery in Mexico. During the divorce, not only did Grace have to repay her husband for the surgery, she also lost custody of her child and was forced to pay both child support and a heavy alimony. Eric even said himself that he no longer wanted to live with his mom. After that, Grace never saw her son again. She packed up her bags and moved to a new town. But since she brought it all upon herself, there was no one here who pitied her. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.